Hi Libra, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right is the other person. So if you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that away, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Six of Staves. So this is actually Leo energy here. And to me, this says that in the past, it looks like you might have come toward them with a lot of confidence. That this may have been someone that you were friends with initially, but, maybe that passion started to grow toward this person. So I feel like you might have approached them and expressed to them how you were feeling. All right. Past energy on their side, we have the Seven of Chalices, Scorpio energy, and the Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So seeing these two cards, I feel like you might have felt like you got mixed signals from this person in the past. And the Seven of Chalices energy usually points to a bit of confusion, right? And we do see the two people together here, but what always stands out to me is we do see that tortoise in the background there, so it could just be saying that they might have moved really slow around their feelings. And with that Four of Pentacles, I get the impression of the slow movement there too, right? And traditional tarot, Four of Pentacles can sometimes point to a blocked off energy. Here I don't necessarily get that same vibe, but we do see, if we just look at his body language, he's reaching toward her, but he also looks like he's a bit reluctant in doing so, even though we do see that fire, which to me represents the passion in the background. So yeah, that could have been what it was, where you might have came in with all this confidence, feeling really sure of yourself, and I feel like this person also had those feelings as well, but their expression might have been a lot more delayed and even felt subdued. So you might have felt like they might not have been as interested. Alright, present energy on your side. We have the Two of Staves, Aries energy, and the Nine of Staves, Sagittarius energy. So interesting to see. Well, for one, you guys have a lot of fire in your spread already, but also, on top of that, seeing the Two of Staves with his back turned to the cards on this side, I feel like this is saying for some of you, especially if you felt like you come in with all this confidence, hey, I totally want to be with you, and you might have felt like you got a bit of a lukewarm reception from them, right? For some of you, this could just be saying that in the present, you might actually be looking toward new connections altogether. And what stands out to me with the Nine of Wands, well, Nine of Staves in this deck, but Nine of Wands, in this particular case, to me, I feel like this is saying, given that Sagittarius is the house of communication, I feel like this is saying that you might decide to do that rather than actually talk through how this situation had you feeling, right? So that's what I'm kind of feeling, as opposed to, trying to beat around the bush, but let me just say what it feels like for you. It feels like you might have had a bit of a wounded ego a little bit if you came toward them and felt like they weren't reciprocating at the level that you expected. So now you might be like, oh, all right, well, maybe I'll just go look for something new, right? Rather than address the fact that the way the situation went between the two of you has you feeling a bit guarded, right? And you ideally would rather talk it through, but that's the impression that I'm getting here. Let me see if anything else comes to mind with that. And to be fair, for some of you, this could also represent you, again, attempting with them again and still feeling like they're guarded. That's another way I could see it playing out, but I still feel like that first scenario is probably more likely, given what I'm seeing. Present energy on their side, we have the Ace of Swords and the Three of Chalices. So the way I'm seeing this, that Ace of Swords is hitting for me almost like an epiphany type moment, right? Because I said the past energy I was getting from them was that they might be a bit slow around their feelings, right? Opening up, even if they feel that passion, actually bringing it to the surface might be a bit more of a struggle for this person, as opposed to, like we said, we see a lot of fiery, confident energy on your side. So this almost represents like that epiphany moment And with that Three of Chalices energy, to me, that's them actually seeing now that, oh wow, you know what, I really could see a future with Libra, right? Feeling that passion, but now actually just seeing the potential for growth and fertility within the connection as well. Um, Now, for a small percentage of you, this could even say that maybe there could be some conflict around if they want children and you don't, for example. But if that's the case, I feel like you guys would have already had that discussion. But I just wanted to at least mention that, especially since your Venus retrograde will be in your fourth house. So just wanted to bring that up. And future energy on your side, we have the Seven of Staves, so more fire energy, and the Three of Staves. So yeah, I mean, your entire spread is all fire. Interesting. I mean, it's one thing if this was while Mars was still in your sign, but obviously it moved on to Scorpio, and in December it's actually going to move to Sagittarius. But interesting to see all this fire energy on your side. This is Leo energy, and then this is Aries energy again. So yeah, I still feel like there's the guarded energy there, right? I mentioned it with the Nine of Wands, and I'm getting that similar vibe here. So usually the Seven of Wands can represent successfully defending yourself. So I will say, you know, if this is this person trying to address things with you and maybe feeling like, okay, well, the attraction was there, but it was the approach, right? So you could just be having some back and forth around that. With the Three of Staves, I do see some patience there, though, right? And we do see two people together in the artwork here, too. So for some of you, it could just be saying that you might wait it out. And this could even represent other offers that you might be getting. But if you have your heart set on this person, then this could just be saying that you might be turning those down and actually hoping to build with this person. Let me see what else comes to mind with this. Yeah, that's more or less it. I would say, though, given this energy as a whole, you might not see this really start to play out until Mars moves into Sagittarius. Given that I'm seeing so much fire energy in here, that's kind of what I'm feeling. And plus, having Mars in Sagittarius might help you, you know, get that spark to talk through the situation, since that is your house communication. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Empress. So this person does seem pretty set in their ways, and you know, like I was saying in the past, it looks like they have that slow movement around their feelings, even if they feel them. And now to see the Empress energy come up here, this is someone who wouldn't necessarily go out and pursue something. They would more expect it to come to them. But funny enough, right, we're saying that, but it looks like you guys clearly did come to them in the past, and it just looked like you guys weren't on the same page. So I mean, I feel like there is still potential there, but yeah, you guys just seem to have very different approaches. And I mean, to be honest with you, this doesn't look like the typical energy I would expect to see from Libra, like all fire across the board. You know, I mean, it's be one thing to get a little bit. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you just really felt such a strong draw to this person, but this person seems to be a lot more fixed and settled in their ways. And, you know, I feel like this is the type of person that you won't get them to budge until they're ready to, you know. But it does look like the desire is there, I will say that. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side. Funny enough, we were just talking about desire, and the card you got is desire. And this is actually the equivalent of the Chariot in traditional tarot, which is Cancer energy. And seeing this here, I usually think of physical distance. So some of these energies I'm seeing here as well could also point to possibly physical distance between the two of you that could have been causing some of the difficulties as well. But if that's the case, it looks like you will actually be able to bridge that gap soon. All right, and the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Two of Cups. So more Cancer energy here as well. And interestingly enough, I feel like this is again repeating that same theme, which is to say, I feel like the feelings are there on both sides, but they just might move slower than you, right? Because this is the beginning of Cancer energy. You guys have the major arcana, Cancer energy. So, I mean, that might be the main thing that's causing the issues, is that you just really seem like set on getting this moving, whereas this person seems to be quite a bit slower. But underneath it all, the feelings do genuinely seem to be there. And interestingly enough, seeing the strength card beneath that, to me says that your feelings are probably a lot more similar than you think on the surface, but for whatever reason, they might actually try to hold those feelings back. For whatever reason, they might withhold their passion, because that's what I'm getting with the artwork in this card. So, yeah, I don't know. It definitely seems like the desire is there. Like I said, I can see the frustration because these energies are very different, but the end goal does seem to be a lot closer than it appears on the surface. All right, so we'll see what the oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from Aqua Moonlight deck. And I'm going to be looking for unspoken messages from you to them and from them to you. Initially, I'll see if we get any jumpers, and then if nothing comes up, worst case, I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card. But we'll see what we get. Got one there. And let's see if we get any from them to you. All right, and this one doesn't want to go back in the deck. So let's see what we got. First on your side, we have finances. It says I'm busy with work right now and it requires my attention. So interesting. I was talking about how maybe there was some physical distance between the two of you, and possibly that's what it was about. Maybe you did have some financial situations that you needed to handle. Let me see. I mean, there's no huge indicator that jumps out to me within that spread, but it certainly does seem possible because it does look like your attention gets diverted away there, but the desire is still there. And I mentioned that could be some physical distance from what I saw from that. Let's see what we got on their side. Okay, we have Ghost. It says, I won't stay for very long. I'm sorry. Well, funny enough, I don't really get a ghost energy from this person at all. I just feel like they move super slow, if anything. So they're almost like the opposite of ghost energy, but at the same time, getting them to actually open up before they're ready to seems to be the issue. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to resonate with all of you, but hopefully it resonates with someone out there. And lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here I'm just looking to pull one card with general advice to wrap the reading up with. Oh, got one there. No, technically two, actually. So, you guys got building blocks. There's the artwork, and the number is 28. And you have co-create. There's the artwork, and the number is 40. What stands out to me with that is like the two totally different styles of animals, right? So that could be part of what it is. And we'll see if that's how the message comes across with that card too. But yeah, like I said, it could just be that you guys have two totally different approaches, but at the same time, the end goal is very similar. But we'll see what these cards say. So we'll start with building blocks. Someone else got that card this month too, but I can't remember who it was, unfortunately. It's either fire or earth. That's all I can say. But yeah, let's see what we got. Okay, it says, strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. The Oracle's message. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful thing. So definitely an interesting message there. Reading that made me think of what I was mentioning as far as the Venus retrograde that we're going to have in December will be in your fourth house. So it wouldn't surprise me if that does bring up some of those themes for you. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. So, pretty positive message there as well. And let's see what we have for the co-create message. Okay, it says creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. The Oracle's message. You may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with Spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call your higher power. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality blended with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you are aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art and know you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. So pretty positive message there as well. And the relationship message says connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you never would have come to on your own. You are looking in the mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. So interesting message there. What I will say with that, and even part of the building blocks thing, if you guys did come toward them and you felt like, oh, I don't know if they're reciprocating those feelings, the main takeaway there might be to try to be a little bit patient. Because, like I said, it looks like when you guys might be moving away, they might actually come to that epiphany around that same time, so this might require a little bit of patience. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. Wrap up there, and I'll see you next month. All right, bye.